With a strong rugged design that still maintains an ultra-thin body, a 5800 mAh battery, a 100 megapixel primary camera and even custom RGB lighting, the Doogee Blade GT Pro is a great rugged smartphone that doesn't break the bank, so let's check out what this thing can do. So here we have the Doogee Blade GT Pro, and as you can see, it comes with a pre-installed protective case that doesn't add too much thickness, but for this video, I'll be taking it off. Now on the front, we've got a 6.72-inch 120Hz display with a Full HD Plus resolution of 2400 by 1080, and then over on the top, you can see it's a water drop style notch that houses a 32 megapixel selfie camera. The display is smooth and responsive to touch, and in the settings you can select whether you want the dynamic refresh rate that's going to switch between refresh rates to save on battery when a high one isn't required, or if you prefer you can set it to permanently be on 120Hz, 90Hz or 60Hz. Now there's a small ridge from the protective outer bumper as well that protrudes slightly past the display, and this is of course going to help protect it from impact when you drop it. And we've got a volume rocker and the power button over on the right hand side, a USB-C port on the bottom, and what's called the Easy Key on the left-hand side. And this is basically a custom button that you can map to your personal preference, and you can choose an action or an app to open for single pressing it, double pressing it, or long pressing it. Now on the rear, you can see this cool design which also incorporates some RGB lighting, and you can customize this in your settings for notifications and choose different lighting effects such as breathing, flowing, water and flicker, and you also get to pick from some custom colors below. And the great thing here is that it also shows you the animation on the screen, so you don't have to keep checking the back every time you change it. Now in the top left, you can see we've got a square camera module which houses a triple camera setup that consists of a 100 megapixel AI main camera. We've then got an 8 megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 2 megapixel macro. Then of course, we've got the LED flash in the bottom right of that module, and then we've also got an LED in the middle of it that's part of the custom RGB setup. Now the device is just 10.5mm thick, and it weighs in at only 260 grams, and as you can see, we've also got these bumpers on every corner that's also going to help it from those drops and falls. To power the device, they've gone with the Dimensity D7025 chipset and paired it with 12GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. I've tested the performance with a bit of productivity like TikTok editing, and also plenty of gaming like Call of Duty Mobile, Asphalt, PUBG and more, and it provides a great gaming experience which is fun to play. Now the Dimensity D7025 isn't a top tier flagship chipset, but it's still a perfectly capable one, and this is of course a more budget friendly phone and priced that way. Now you're not going to be playing all of the latest games in the highest detail, but as you can see here, it's a fun gaming experience and it still looks good. Now for those concerned with synthetic benchmarks, I ran it through Geekbench 6 first, where we get a single core score of 965, then a multi-core score of 2321. Then over on 3D Mark's Slingshot benchmark, we get an overall score of 3136, and here you can see all of the individual FPS scores. When it comes to the cameras, of course, it's a rugged phone at a low price, so it's not meant to have the best camera system possible, but you can see these photos here from the primary camera. We've got great detail, some nice dynamic range, and I like that it's quite true to life in terms of the colors rather than everything being very highly saturated, but we do still get some nice contrast in the shots though. We also get the option to shoot at 2x zoom for the photos, and here are some samples at 2x, which I have to say I really like. We of course get an ultra-wide camera as well, and this delivers some good photos, but they're a little bit more underexposed compared to the primary camera, and as you can see, definitely not as much detail. For the selfie camera, we've got some good photos, and you have the choice, as you can see here, whether you want to take normal shots or portrait shots, and overall it's done a pretty good job. When it comes to videos, we get 2K at 30 frames a second from the primary camera, and then it's 1080p at 30 FPS from the selfie camera, but there's no option to take videos from the ultra-wide, but we'll just check out the video samples now. So this is the video from the primary camera, just walking along slowly. If I just stop, we'll do a slow pan as well. Do a quick pan back. Now we'll do a little jog to test the stabilization. There's also a bit of cars going by, a bit of wind, so it'll be interesting to see how the microphone deals with that. But that's the video from the rear facing camera. The camera does also offer 2x zoom. So this is it at 2x zoom, and if I just show you switch from 1x to 2x, and that's the camera at 2x zoom. Now this is the video from the front facing camera. Again, I'm going to do a slow pan. Very sunny today. Quick pan back. Do a jog forward so you can see the stabilization. And again, it's a sunny day, but there's quite a lot of wind coming at me, and obviously all these cars going past. So it'd be interesting to see how that comes out, but this is a video from the front facing camera. On the software side, it's running Android 14, and it comes with a few apps pre-installed like the Easy Launcher, the Game Booster to increase your gaming performance, the toolbox that's got things like Height Meter, Plumb Bob, Protractor and more, and then basically everything you see on the screen before Geekbench 6 is what it comes with, but unfortunately these are also system apps and they can't be deleted. Now the default layout has the navigation buttons at the bottom, so I straight away as that's what I prefer to use, and I also reduce the display size in the settings as I just prefer to fit a lot more on screen. Now we've got a theme app that lets you quickly pick a new wallpaper, which I did straight away as I wasn't a fan of the default GT one, and then we can even change the charging animation in the settings as well as the app icon shapes and more. Now the phone is powered by a 5800 mAh Silicon-Anode battery with 18 watts fast wired charging, and the battery life has been really good in my time testing it. Of course, it doesn't support wireless charging. Now the display is also great for watching media, and everything looks crisp, vibrant and detailed, and although we only get one single speaker on the Blade GT Pro, it does sound respectable for a phone in this price bracket, so we'll just check out the audio samples now. Now of course everything else, whether that's just checking emails, browsing the web or flicking through socials, it just does a great job. The display is smooth and responsive to touch, and as you can see here, just flicking through menus, it performs perfectly. Now in terms of the ruggedness, it's IP68 and IP69K resistant, and in their testing it survived 24 hours submerged in water below 2 meters, and it's also mil standard 810H, and it survived over 8,000 mini drop tests and over 300 tumble tests. Now for connectivity, we've got 5 GHz Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5 and NFC, and we've also got a fingerprint unlock as well as face unlock. But overall, it's a well-rounded, rugged phone suitable for any maybe working on a construction site, etc., and if you drop your phone a lot, or maybe you're into outdoor adventures and you want something just a little bit stronger, and it does all this while still keeping a nice and thin design. Now another great aspect of the phone is its pricing, and this is the Blade GT Pro, which comes in at £357. This is a great price considering everything that's on offer, but we do also have some cheaper models like the GT Play at £281, you've got the standard GT at £304, and for those of you that just want a little bit more, we've also got the GT Ultra at £433, we've even got some coupon codes with up to $90 off that you can find down in the description below, along with the link to check out the Blade GT Pro or any of the other models. Now hopefully I've covered everything for you guys in today's video, but if there's anything I've missed or you've got any questions at all, then just ask them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest tech.